Welcome to the broadcast. Our sign language interpreter is Damian Evans and I am Ashley Muturi. Tonight, former Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi is at it again. Muturi has hit back at his former boss, President William Ruto, refuting claims that his dismissal was due to poor performance or absenteeism from cabinet meetings. Instead, Muturi has asserted that his removal was linked to his vocal stance on extrajudicial killings and abductions, issues that he claims have beleaguered Ruto's administration. In a scathing attack seen to be directed to the president himself, Muturi says he will not be cowed or silenced. KTN's senior political affairs reporter Daniel Kariuki starts our coverage tonight.
I, Justin Bidan Joka Muturi.
It is evident that the political fight between President William Ruto and his former Public Service CS Justin Muturi is far from over. After handing over ministerial duties to Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, Muturi was on Wednesday gun blazing, hitting directly to his former boss, President Ruto. The head of state had, in a televised interview Monday night, accused Muturi of sacking himself. But in a rejoinder, Muturi has termed Ruto's statement as false.
Hapo katikati akagoma kuja katika baraza la mawaziri. Sasa mimi nataka nikuulize wewe, ni mimi nimemfuta kazi ama ni yeye alijivuta kazi?
What the president has said about my not attending cabinet meetings is untrue and perhaps confirms what we have been seeing on social media, where many Kenyans are overwhelmingly doubting anything that the president says.
The former CS says his dismissal was a direct consequence of his persistent calls for the government to address the alarming cases of enforced disappearances and unlawful executions. Muturi says he skipped cabinet meetings but had indicated why he was missing them. The former CS disclosed that he was invited to the last cabinet meeting held on 11th March at State House, but did not attend as there was no indication that the agenda would include a discussion on extrajudicial killings and abductions. Muturi, who once served as a Speaker of the National Assembly, wrote a second letter excusing himself from the cabinet meeting for February, arguing the thorny issue was still not in the cabinet agenda. According to Muturi, he had written a third letter to the president on 10th March, urging him to ensure that the issue was formally addressed in future cabinet discussions.
It is therefore not rocket science to know that my son and many other young Kenyans were in the custody of that same squad and or the director of National Intelligence Service. And I did beseech the president this time around to direct that the vexing issue of abductions and extrajudicial killings in our country be prioritized and placed on the agenda for any future cabinet meetings. I stated therein that I would not attend any other cabinet meetings until the issues of abductions and extrajudicial killings were listed as an agenda for discussion, debate, and resolution.
There has been a heated argument pitting the president and Muturi for the better part of this year. Muturi at the forefront of criticizing the same government that he worked for.
But I dare say this, if the intention was to silence me, unfortunately, they have dialed the wrong number.
The president had claimed that Muturi, who had initially been appointed as Attorney General, admitted struggling with the role due to lack of recent legal practice. The back and forth between President William Ruto and a former member of his cabinet, Justin Muturi, is raising more questions than answers on who exactly is propagating falsehood, coming at a time when President William Ruto is expected in Embu County, the backyard of Muturi. Daniel Kariuki, KTN, Nairobi.
Thank you, Kariuki, for that. And that story by Daniel Kariuki forms the basis of our big Q tonight. And we ask, was Justin Muturi's sacking as cabinet secretary justified? Was Justin Muturi's sacking as